it's your girl Liza Marie of H.View.tv, and I'm here with the wonderful and talented Tommy Davidson. Tommy Davidson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been all around New York doing interviews. It's a big week.
Okay.
You know, I'm excited. And this is the center of the world.
Yes,
I gotta be here. I always gotta be here.
So being that it's a big week, can you inform us why it's a big week for you?
I'm getting together with a certain cast from a certain show that I did at a certain time in the 90s.
And I believe that should be In Living Color.
Most certainly.
So what's going on with In Living Color? I heard that there's a reunion, awards, a lot of good shit going on.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. First of all, TV Land is giving us an award for, I think it's called the all-time, what is it called, Monique? All-time? Groundbreaking Award. That's my publicist. And she's eating an apple. Yeah, it's one of those holidays of theirs. So they can't eat. Like, they can't eat panini. Okay, so, yeah, sad. Okay, so, we're here getting that award. It's the all-time award, right? Groundbreaking all-time. Groundbreaking, because we broke ground, of course.
Yes. Yes, you guys did.
And so they're going to give us that award, and we're all going to go back. It is said, at least Keenan called us. Keenan was like Professor Xavier from the X-Men. He was like, I'm getting the crew back together. And I'm like, okay, when? He said, I'll give you the time and the place. And I'm like, get us all together. And so I'm one of the X-Men. See, I'm not Wolverine.
Who are you?
Because that would be Jamie.
Okay.
Cyclops probably would be Jim.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Storm would probably be Jamie. Would it be Jamie?
No.
Yeah. Okay. All I know is that I'm Beast.
How so?
I'm Beast. Because Beast is like with the suit. He's like mild-mannered, but when it comes to throwing down, when those cameras come on, watch out.
Can you do a quick impersonation of your Beast?
Yeah! You might have saw that in Ace Ventura too.
So, are you excited to be reunited with
in
the
Spanish,
cast?
that would be the chupacabra. But anyway. Am I what now?
Are you excited to be reunited with your cast again?
Yeah, I can't wait.
What are you looking forward to?
Just being with them, because there's nobody like them. Like, I've gone 15 years, you know, in movies and TV shows, and I haven't been around anybody or any type of actor that can do what we did. And what we did was, we, like, read each other's mind. It's like, I would start a sentence, and Jim would finish it, or Jamie. And we rehearse all week, and we do one thing all week. But then when it came to showtime, we do something totally, everybody's doing something different, so you just had to keep up.
So it's basically the whole cast was very well versed in improv.
All the way. So you might get a line back thrown at you that has nothing to do with what you were going to say, and you don't want to blow it because you're in front of all the cameras. Okay. So you're like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. So you're listening to him, you're like, I can do this, I can do this. Because Keenan got mad every time we did it. So he wants to say, hey, cut. He'd go to the room. Yo, motherfuckers, man, we're gonna be off the air. I'm telling you, they're gonna cancel us. Y'all keep that shit up. And we're like, okay. And then like action, and we do it again. And then that's why the show was so fly the way it was, because we did not care. And I'm excited of getting us back together on that too. So
what was one of the funniest things that happened on the set?
Oh man, so many. I think the funniest thing, I don't think David thought it was funny, but David Alan Greer was like a Shakespeare actor, right? So Keenan said, you know what? I think I'm gonna let you do Shakespeare, because David is like a classical trained actor who took theater at Yale, you know. So he said, I'm gonna let you do Shakespeare, and everybody's like, what does Shakespeare got to do with it in Living Color? So David got all dressed up, put on his black mock neck, you know, and he's doing soft shoe, he's doing Othello, and Keenan let out a box of live chickens while he was doing it. So the audience was like laughing and laughing and laughing, and David thought he was killing it. He thought he was killing it. He didn't know like 20 chickens were like walking around. So that was one. I don't think he thought that was funny.
I think it was funny.
Yeah, me too. And then Jamie, I didn't think this was funny. But Jamie, when I watch it now, it looks funny, but it wasn't funny that I was going to punch him in his mouth. Because we were doing The Ugly Woman, and I had on a pair of, like, you know, Speedos. And I'm supposed to run around the table, and he's supposed to grab them, you know, and let them go. He grabbed them and tried to pull them off. Like, he was like, and they were like ripping, and I was like holding on. I was holding on for dear life. And like, if you look at it real close, when they cut it or whatever, and everybody was laughing, I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
You guys gotta Google that.
I'm not gonna
Google it. Check it out.
I'm gonna bust your ass. And then when I look back on it, like I couldn't replace a better TV moment than that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you is, when did you know that you were funny? When was that moment?
It's so far back. You know, I never really, put it this way, I never really knew that I was a comedian. I always knew that I liked to laugh, but I never really knew how funny I was, because I would just make people laugh because I like to laugh. Mm-hmm. So it happened way back, way back. I think it was like in the first grade. You know, we were doing Pledge of Allegiance, and I don't think they do that in school anymore. But you know, I pledge allegiance to the flag, and you put your right hand up. And I decided I'm gonna put up the Black Power fist while I was doing it. You know, and everybody's laughing. Everybody's like cracking up, and my teacher was like, "Oh, so you're the comedian?" And I was like, "I guess," you know. And she said, "Go to the office." So the hall monitor came. He walked me down to the office. He was like, "Oh, so you're the comedian?" And then I got down to the principal's office. He was like, "So you're the comedian?" I was like, "Well, 2 people told me that already. I guess I'm headed in that direction." It wasn't funny when my mother showed up, though.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, the joke was over. The joke was over.
So around that age, did you have any comedians that you would look up to?
Yeah, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was the one and only best there is. You know what I mean? He's the best. You know, and my act is probably the closest to what he does. Mm-hmm. Because somehow that must have gotten into my subconscious watching him so much, because his comedy comes live. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference with my stand-up and others, is that I'm more like a stand-up performer. Like, people will say, "Tell me a joke." I'm like, I can't possibly tell you a joke. I live my jokes. Mm-hmm. Like, and I don't know what I'm going to do. When I get on stage, I don't plan it. It just kind of like happens.
So for younger guys that are trying to get into the comedy field, what would be the advice you would give them?
Quit, because I'm the best.
There you have it. Who are the top 5 comedians?
No. Who are the top 5 comedians?
Yes.
Tommy Davidson. You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. I know the hottest comedian right now, I think, is Kevin Hart. You know, I think Chris Rock is real good. You know, Bernie Mac, God bless him. Damon's real good. You know, it's hard to tell. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell.
Who are your top 5?
Me.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm pretty much my top 5.
So what is Tommy doing now? I know you have Tommy Cat Productions.
I was real serious about that too, wasn't I?
Yes.
No, because I know how Ali felt now.
How did Ali feel?
Ali felt like he was the greatest, man. But he went through a lot. Ali had to go to jail, you know, and Floyd Patterson was talking shit to him. When he said, "I'm black," Floyd was like, "I'm a Negro." You know, he was saying, "I'm Muslim and I don't want to be called by these names." And he had to go to jail because he didn't want to go to Vietnam. He had to go to jail for 5 years, knowing that he was the flyest. You know, so when he came out of jail, he was like, "I'm knocking people out." And he did that, and he realized who he was. So I'm kind of like at that stage.
So what's your story? What's your stage? What's your struggle?
My struggle is, you know, when I first got into the business, you know, I blew up real big, you know, and I wanted to do things on my own. And I asked a lot of people for help that were around me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people that I helped weren't down for that. You know what I mean? And I went into my own personal downward spiral. And when I came out of it, I just decided, you know what? I know who I am. You know, and I know what I'm about. You know? And so now I'm on that quest. I'm on that quest to establish myself as Tommy Davidson.
So as of today, who is Tommy Davidson?
He's the people's comic. Like, I'm the people's comic. Like, I'm the one that, like, you know, I can go to South Bronx. Been there. We just cop weed up there when we was kids. You know, I can go to East Harlem. I can get down with the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, or whatever, because I'm from it. You know, I can go into D.C., Washington D.C. You know, I can talk to a janitor, or I can talk to a corporal in the armed services in Afghanistan. So, like, because of my mom, because she was so diverse, I became diverse. You know, and I started out working at the IHOP in the hospital, and had finally got a job at Ramada Inn. And my friend told me, "You stupid. You should be doing comedy." So he asked me to come down to the strip club he was working at. And I came down there. He said, "You just take the mic. I'm going to give the girls a break." And I went on stage and I said something in the mic, and people have been laughing ever since. True story. So I've always loved this. And I loved it before I knew how much money. And a lot of people do things to get paid. And I realized that it's a paper chase too. So now I can actually include that in my walk. But I'm glad it's not first. You know.
Yeah.
So who I am is somebody who is lucky enough to be that God gifted me enough to do what I love to do that people love too. You know. So I got veterans that come back from Afghanistan with one arm, you know, no legs, that want to talk to me. You know, I speak to alcoholics and addicts. I speak to people in and I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. I speak to people in to young people in juvenile and let them know what's really up. Like the music videos is like rented mansions, and you know, ain't nobody got 6 chicks hanging on them in the swimming pool. You know, it's gonna be some kind of drama or something. It's just not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just you know, Tommy's Barbara Davidson's youngest son. I'm Barbara Davidson's youngest son, Tommy. And I feel okay about where I'm at, because I'm like more famous than my math teacher and less famous than Michael Jackson. And I could just kind of like build from there. You know what I mean? And the friends that I had way back are the same friends that I have. And I don't judge my friendships on status. You know, I judge my friendships on trust and respect. So it doesn't matter what you do. To me, it matters who you are. You know, and I got a lot of friends from different walks of life. You know, from, let's say, Gloria Estefan to Michael Jordan to my man Ricky that still works at the hospital. You know, and I like that. Hey, this is Tommy Davidson. I'm here with H.Viewtv and the lovely Liza Marie, who just did a fly interview. There's only one way to find out. You got to check it.